Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make an airsoft cleaning rod. I had a couple, they're all either too short or the one I had that was fine broke, so I had to fashion one of my own. I needed one that was really long for a gun that I built with a super long inner barrel, so there's nothing that filled that need. I couldn't really find anything online. The ones that you can get are for real guns, and you know, sometimes it's just fun to make stuff. So I made one earlier. I used a little too thick of a rod. So I'm going to show you how to make one using this I believe it's 1/16 or 1/8 thickness rod. This one is 3/16 and it's a little too much. But this is kind of what you'll end up with, except a little thinner. So this is the one I'm going to use. Let's get started. Here's a look at some of the tools you'll need. Definitely going to need a hammer. Can't go without that. And you'll also need scissors, common tool, electrical shrink wrap. You can get this hardware stores in the electrical section. This is a variety pack, which is nice because you never know which size you'll need. Dremel is good. You could probably get around it with a drill bit and some files, which we have here. And I have a blowtorch. This is really helpful. Soften up the metal, as well as apply heat to the shrink wrap, so it does two things in this process. And you'll definitely need this rod here. This is a 1/8 thickness brass rod. It can be purchased pretty much anywhere, and as far as hardware goes. And safety glasses, because you'll be working with heat and you'll be smacking steel, and you don't want to lose an eye, because then no cleaning rod will help you. First thing I'm going to do is heat up this brass rod on the end to soften it up, and then I'm going to hit it with a hammer and shape it to a nice flat end, kind of like your cleaning rod usually is on a cleaning rod that you get with your gun. You don't necessarily need to do this. You could probably go without heating it up. It just makes life easier. It makes the metal more pliable. I'm not a metalsmith, but seems like a common thing. So let's see how this goes. So there it is. A little uneven, but that can be fixed later on. Alright, next we're going to Dremel the opening here in the center through which you put your cleaning rod or your cloth to wrap it around the opening. So let's see how that goes. Alright, that's sufficient. You don't need it too wide. Now I'm going to use the Dremel to round off the corners here, smooth this out, thin it out a little bit. And you always want to try it in the barrel, make sure nothing's too wide. Let's see if it fits. Yeah, looks like we're okay for now. But I want it a little loose because I'm going to add shrink wrap around it. And if its tolerances are too small, then the shrink wrap will make it stick. So it's okay for now, but I'm going to slim this down a little bit and round this off. So it's getting there. I'm going to do a little more work on it. and then I'll show you the shrink wrap part of this. So here it is. I've touched it up a little bit, kind of polished it a little bit. Got my opening. It's nice and shiny now. It doesn't really matter, but it makes it easier to tell the imperfections. Alright, next step is to add the shrink wrap. Now what this does is protects your barrel from, or your cleaning wrap from scraping your barrel as much as possible. Because really the only place it's going to make contact is around here and on the tip. So we're going to put a piece here and then a little bit here, and then the rest of this will probably not be an issue because it has no jagged edges. It's nice and smooth, and it's real narrow, so it'd be really tough to scratch it with this section. Shrink wrap itself, I learned about this recently, but for another airsoft mod. But what this does is when you put it around two pieces or one piece or whatever, when you hit it with the heat, it shrinks about half the size, basically encasing whatever it's on. So we're going to put it here, then hit it with the blowtorch that we used earlier. So that's the second purpose. You could do this with a lighter or probably over a stove. Any of those will work. And that will be the end of this project, I think. So let's get it going. So I'll measure out a little bit more than I need. Probably out to here or so. Got it. And only a little piece for the tip. There it goes. So go and slide that on. It goes on easy, but it'll shrink when you hit it with the heat. So I'm going to go a little over on both ends. This is a little loose. I don't have anything smaller, so we'll have to do. So that's that. Now let's apply the heat and watch the magic happen here without burning my garage down. Alright, so now it's on there. You can see it's now taking the shape of what's underneath. I'll cut this tip off a little bit here. I don't need it. A little more. It's good. Maybe hit it with a little more heat, close it up. Yeah, not great, but it'll do the job. So now it's basically all rubber coated, so not going to do much damage to your barrel as is. You can tell. It's the only place that metal is making contact with it is on the entrance, and it doesn't really matter if you scratch the very opening of your inner barrel. So I think that's pretty much it. You insert your little cleaning rag here, wrap it around, shove it in your inner barrel just like you would with any cleaning rod, but this one is 3 feet long, I believe. Another thing you could do on the other end, since you just have a flat end, you could make another cleaning rod if you screw up on this one, so you have 2 tries with each piece. Or you can make a little hook for hanging on a pegboard or storing with your gun, or just to give you more torque when you're spinning around. I'm going to put a little hook because I'm going to store it on the pegboard. Oh yeah, it's also really helpful to have a vice clamp in this situation and for hammering, but you could use any metal surface. So that's that. Now you could easily hang it, or when you're twisting you could use this to give you a better grip. So that's it. Enjoy, hopefully it helps. Post your comments. Thanks a lot.